Hello everyone. I'm going to be playing a training game against Fanilo Legrand Shen, who just challenged me. As you can see, my rating is 1912 and his rating is 2021. So before I'm going to play the Caro-Kann, let me just say hi, and good luck. You cannot see the chat on the left side of on the board, but I just said hi, and he said hi. Let's see what he plays. I'm going to be playing the Zagreb Championship in a week, so I want to get as many training games in as possible. I would like them to be serious games. So okay, d4, d5. Let's see what he does against the Caro-Kann. He took, I'm going to take. I'm hoping for the Panov or something aggressive. I really don't want to see bishop d3. Yeah, bishop d3. Ugh. Okay, we have an exchange, Caro-Kann. What can you do? I'm actually facing this a lot lately. So what do I do here? I'm going to play it normally. I wanted to play the setup with g6, but I'm going to play the setup with d6 now. Should be better. What do I do now? I'm going to play g6. I can never decide whether I want to play e6 or g6 setup against the exchange Caro-Kann. He said in the chat, you really like the Caro-Kann. Yes, I do. Okay, knight f3, bishop g7. The advantage of g6 is that you don't need to worry about your bishop, because it's really hard to develop it sometimes. Let me just say bye. Lucia is leaving the office, so I need to say goodbye. Castles. The thing about this position is that it's very boring, and yeah, it's boring. But anyway, it's hard for me to play against the exchange Caro-Kann, and it's actually one of the hardest variations to meet, because the plans aren't that obvious, and I usually don't have too many attacking ideas. One of the main ideas is a minority attack with a6, b5, b4, trying to undermine the c3 pawn. If I manage to weaken the c3 pawn, then I will have a target. But apart from that, it's really hard to start an attack. So yeah, in a week I'm going to be playing the Zagreb Championship, and I'm going to be one of the weakest players there. So I need to get as much practice as possible. This move I don't know. I think bishop f4 is much more common, because now I can even play bishop e6 now that his knight doesn't have the g5 square. So I'm just going to continue with rook e8, which is a normal developing move. Yeah, bishop f4 is much better than bishop g5. I think queen c7 is now a good move, simply trying to push e5 through, because now after queen c7 he doesn't have bishop f4, and I want to play e5. Because e5 in the exchange Caro-Kann opens up the position, opens up your g7 bishop, and I think I need to wait. My PC is running out of battery. I just need to plug it in. Okay, should be better now. Sorry about that. So okay, he's asking in the chat, can you a video about the King's Indian defense? Let me just answer. Yes. So I said that, yeah, I am going to be recording a series on the King's Indian. As I said, I'm just finishing up the E4 series. A few more videos in the Philidor, and then the Nimzovich defense is probably going to be one video. After that, on the 1st of June, so in 5 days, I'm going to start the Endgame series and the King's Indian series. So yeah, in about 5 days. So okay, knight b to d2, e5, d5, knight e5, knight e5, rook e5, rook e5, queen e5 should be better for me. He can do that. So e5 is a good move, especially when knight d2 has been played, so the queen doesn't have direct pressure on d5. That makes e5 stronger. And in these positions, you shouldn't really be afraid of an isolated pawn, because often it could be used as a battering ram to open up this diagonal. You can see that you have 2 targets, 3 targets if the rook doesn't move for your bishop. And you also activate all of your other pieces. Of course, in no position can I take until my bishop is developed, but I can develop my bishop now. Okay, so he takes. If he ever puts some more pressure on the knight, then I can always take on f3. Those are some tricks in the exchange variation of the Caro-Kann. And d5 is a thematic move you should always be looking at. Same as in the Grand Prix when white plays f5, or in the Semislav where black plays c5. If he plays bishop f4, then you have rook e1 check, and still a fine position, and you even win the bishop. So there are no tricks really. If you don't have experience in the exchange Caro-Kann, then the g6 setup can be slightly tricky, but if you become comfortable with it, find the right moment to push through with e5, then your positions are going to be great. Of course, it's sort of like a Grunfeld position where everything is loose and you need to attack, but if you play dynamically, then it's a good position. I actually played one game just before this one, and I got crushed in a pawn ending. Okay, so now he wants to play bishop g3, which I approve of. So yeah, what do I do now? I need to develop my bishop. If I develop my bishop, bishop g3, rook e1, queen e1, queen b6 is a good move. But where do I put my bishop? I think I should put my bishop on d7. Bishop d7, and now bishop g3, rook e1, rook e5, queen e5, bishop g3, queen e7, probably. I just need to get my other rook into play while he's still stuck on a1. So yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot of tournaments in the following few months, and my goal for this year is to reach 2000 ELO rating, and it's going to be tough, but I'm going to try my best to work as hard as I can and to play as many games as I can to achieve that goal. The first tournament is going to be the Zagreb Championship on the 3rd of June. Then after that, on the 24th of June, I'm going to be playing a tournament in the east of Croatia, a 9-round Swiss. And after that, hopefully, I'm going to go to Slovenia to play the Portorož Open. So now, after rook a to e8, if he takes with the rook, I need to take with the queen. And then I lose a pawn. Because if after rook e8 he takes rook e5, then bishop g3 is a great move, a winning move, because I don't have rook e1 check, because there's no rook on e1. So need to be careful now. I think I see a good move. I think knight h5 is a good move. Restraining his bishop. I think I need to calculate his g4, but then knight f4 should be better. I think I'm going to play that. It seems very interesting. Simply stopping bishop g3. And my knight wasn't really doing much. And now my bishop is open as well. Just going to get a glass of water. Sorry. Okay, he took. So now it takes with the bishop, doesn't lose the b7 pawn. So I should probably take with the bishop. But then I lose my d5 pawn. Still, I don't really care about my b7 pawn. To be honest, maybe I should care about my b7 pawn, because then my rook and bishop are hanging. Yeah, but I think bishop takes, and after queen d5 I have bishop c6, and that's what I was counting on. And after bishop c6 my pieces are much better than his. Don't really care about the pawn. And he doesn't take the pawn. I'm looking at bishop c6 and rook e8, giving up my bishop in both cases. Although my bishop pair is great, and I probably need a defender for my weak dark squares. Yeah, I should probably save my bishop. Yeah, I should save my bishop. But then, if he takes here, queen back to b3, he has knight g5, putting pressure on these pawns. But I don't think that's such a big problem. Queen d5, bishop c6, queen b3, rook e8, knight g5. My queen is defending f7. So as long as my queen is defending f7, it should be fine. And I would really like to open up his king now. Queen d5, bishop c6, queen b3, and perhaps bishop takes f3. So it's actually good to get a practice game in the exchange Caro-Kann. I can expect quite a few during the next few months. Many of my opponents seem to be playing the exchange variation. Okay, rook e1 makes sense. He didn't go for the pawn. Now I think I can play knight f4. I think that should be a good move. Knight f4 is in his position. Any bishop g3, I don't really care. My bishop is defended. I'm defending the d5 pawn. If he plays g3, I'm going to take here. Or perhaps I'm not going to take. Okay, knight f4, g3, knight h3 check, king h2. Yeah, I can take here, but king g2. I'm losing my knight. I can take here though, and yeah, I'm still going to play it. Perhaps I'm not going to take on h3, sacrificing my knight. First, he has to move his bishop. That's one thing. But the knight seems very, very active on f4. And perhaps in some positions I have bishop h3. Bishop h3, gh3, knight h3 check. He doesn't have king h2 because my bishop is cutting across the diagonal. So now I can take his bishop. Do I want his bishop? Knight d3, queen d3, bishop f5. I don't really want the bishop. So let's see about this. Bishop h3, gh3, knight h3 check. He has to play king f1. Once he plays king f1, maybe he doesn't have to play king f1. He can play king g2. So I don't think the sacrifice works really. Maybe I should just play king g2. King g2 should be a good move. Because I don't want bishop f6 to happen, and I want to play h6, g5. So, I'm sorry, king g7. So king g7 should be a good move. Yeah, when you have an isolated queen's pawn, perhaps the compensation should be in the attack. For now, I'm not sure I have that much. So now take the bishop, takes d6, queen takes d6. I mean, I don't have to take the bishop. Maybe I should just continue calmly with h6 and yeah, just h6, restricting his bishop from coming back. If he takes, I'm going to be very happy. And he actually just misplaced his bishop because he's never really going to take on f4. So now his bishop is a worse piece for no good reason. So I would say that my knight is better than his knight, my dark squared bishop is better than his dark squared bishop, and our light squared bishops are even. My queen is exactly the same as his queen, and his rook is better than mine. So it should be an equal position. He has a better pawn structure, but I don't think it's exploitable easily. So yeah, this is in fact a very interesting position, because most often during real chess games, this is what you get, a position in which neither side has a real plan and neither side has a palpable advantage which they can exploit. And very often in positions like these, weak players such as myself go wrong because they don't know what to do. So this is a good practice game. If you're watching this, try to pause the video, find the plan, or think for yourself. This move still does nothing because my knight is defended twice. Don't really know what this move is doing. So now I'm actually looking at the move rook e8 just to exchange the rooks. Perhaps he is now threatening to take the d5 pawn. So now if he plays bishop b1, for example, then my d5 pawn is hanging. And if I take on d3, knight d3, bishop d6, queen d6, queen d3, my d5 pawn is under tremendous pressure. So maybe rook to d8 is a good move. Rook to d8, bishop b1, bishop c6. Yeah, rook to d8 seems like a good move, because c4 is going to come and then my queen is going to be undefended on d6. That could lead to trouble. I think rook d8 is a good prophylactic move. And it will also be indirectly attacking the queen if he ever takes on d5. Okay, now I'm happy because there's no longer that much pressure on my pawn. My bishop is controlling all the key squares the knight can go to. And not much has changed. So now maybe I should exchange. So knight d3, bishop d6, queen d6, queen d3, and I don't have bishop f5 anymore because knight takes f5 is a threat. Oh, I have a good move. Okay, I might have spotted a tactic which can work. So okay, Knight h3 check, gh3, bishop takes bishop, f takes bishop, queen takes bishop check. He cannot defend with the queen because his rook is hanging. If he moves the king, oh yeah, I'm just going to play this. This seems remarkably strong. Knight h3 check. If he doesn't take, I go back. If he takes, bishop g3. I'm not even going to calculate. This seems extremely strong. This just seems very strong. If I'm wrong, but I cannot resist this move. Because his rook is hanging and his bishop is hanging once my queen is here. So he cannot defend with the queen. If he moves the king, then all of my bishops are coming in and stuff is falling apart. I love this sacrifice. So knight d4 actually just undefended everything, I think. The thing is, with all other knight moves, he had time to take on d6, and now it's check. He cannot take the bishop, threatening the queen. I think it's too scary to take this knight. Take the knight, bishop g3. If he doesn't take the bishop, then I'm just pawn up. If he takes the bishop, queen g3 check. If king f1, bishop h3 is going to be checkmate. If king h1, then at least I have a perpetual. At least I have a perpetual check. So when in a real game you are short on time and you see a tactic, if you see a perpetual check and that at least you have a forced draw, then you can do it. It's not really a risk unless you're playing a much lower rated opponent. So I think this is a risk-free tactic. Whatever happens, I think it should be better for me. He takes. He cannot take this. I'm sure he cannot take this. I mean, he shouldn't have taken the knight. Everything is falling apart now. What? Something is going to drop. I mean, you cannot allow this to happen. I'm going to take here with check. Oh, he's counting on this move. Well, I'm first going to... Yeah, I'm just going to take here, because if he covers with the queen, then I take the bishop. Check. How do I make progress? How do I make progress? Okay, so this is what I was talking about. At least I have a draw, but I need to have more. I have to have more. I'm looking at bishop h3 and I'm looking at bishop g5. I think bishop h3 is a better move, because now I can threaten check here, and if queen takes, then queen takes rook. He's asking who is my favorite chess player. My favorite chess player is Bobby Fischer. It's nice to make small talk when somebody is sacrificing pieces against you. So now his queen is restrained, and I might even try... Okay, that I counted on, and I thought this was a good move. And now I'm threatening this check. When I play this, When I play bishop f1 check, he needs to play queen h2, then queen h2. Oh, I missed this. Why did I miss this? No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's fine. Yeah, okay. He missed this. No, wow, okay. It still will check and it still wins the bishops. It still wins the bishop. Because after queen h2, king h2, bishop d3. This is what I saw with bishop f1, but it's even better if I can pick up another knight. Okay, so I still win the bishop with queen h3 and queen d3. So this should be game over. I got my piece back, and an extra piece was won, and I'm still a lot of pawns ahead, and this is now an easily winning position. Yeah, he messed this up. Knight f4 was a bad move. He just missed the tactic. And I was surprised because I didn't even look at that move. Yeah, it was just losing. So yeah, a nice tactic. I'm not going to say that it was winning. I'm going to see with an engine. But I saw that it's at least a draw, and I really couldn't resist it. So I decided to play it. Turned out okay. It was a nice tactic. Yeah, no, I think resigns 3 pawns and the bishop is a bit too much. He's playing on. Okay. Yeah, okay, here. Okay, everything is defended though. If he takes, I take with the rook. The pawn isn't really loose. After I have played f5. Yeah, okay. Good game. Thanks for the game. Okay, let's just run the engine analysis so that I can see whether the sacrifice was correct or not. So we are here. Okay. Oh yeah, it's the best move. It's the best move. Knight h3 is the best move, but it's a draw. Yeah. Okay. So it was a perpetual. So let's see that. Knight h3 was taken. Takes was best. Bishop takes. 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 And yeah, it should be a draw. King h1. Oh, bishop h3 is a mistake. Okay, he did play rook g1, and I was counting on queen h4. What? Oh, he has queen h2 immediately. Oh, I'm such a moron. Oh, I didn't even see this. Oh. Yeah, I was looking at queen h2 after the bishop moves. Why wouldn't he play it sooner? It's just a stupid... I don't even know what to call this. It wasn't even a mistake. So yeah, apparently he's completely winning after queen h2. After queen h2 here. Queen h2, what do I do? Just a piece down for 3 pawns. I mean, it is 3 pawns, but still... wow, okay. And after what he played, he's just he's just losing. Yeah, because... Yeah. Okay. Let's see the opening. Yeah, I know these positions. Let's just see if e5 was correct. That's the critical moment. Queen 7, knight bd2. The engine wants me to play bishop f5. e5 was a mistake here, really? Okay, takes. Why is this so bad? I cannot understand this. The engine wants him to play bishop e3 and he has an advantage. How is that an advantage after bishop e3? Come on. I don't really understand this. Yeah, bishop h4 was played though, and bishop d7. Queen b3, knight h5 is okay, rook takes e5, bishop takes e5. Knight f3. Yeah, I should have played rook e8, but I thought I should save my bishop. Knight f4. It's okay. Queen c2. King g7 was correct. Bishop g3. Now I have an advantage with knight takes d3. I couldn't really see the advantage. Okay. So knight takes d3, queen takes d3. It says queen takes d3? Why? Why not bishop d6? I was looking at knight d3, bishop d6, but apparently after knight d3, queen d3 should be played. Let's see what happens after bishop d6. What? Oh, I'm taking the queen. Oh, I didn't even see this. Oh. So yeah, if I can do that, I do have an advantage. This is such a stupid mistake. I should have seen this. Yeah, so he has to take here. Then I simply win a pawn. I mean, yeah, he has to take on d5, but I have, if he takes, I have bishop c6. I also have bishop h3. Let's say bishop c6 should be stronger. No, it's not stronger. Just take here. So yeah, I missed this completely. So it wasn't really a high quality game, but after I came back from the Croatian Cup, I haven't really been playing much. I've only been having training sessions with Matej and with myself, solving tactics and doing endgame studies. And I've been recording videos here. So I need to get some games in. You can see that. Still an interesting game, nice tactic to finish with. I'm happy that I managed to win. Let me know what you think. If you want to challenge me and you are higher rated than me, please do. If not, then I can't really promise that I'm going to have time because I want to get as many strong games in as possible. Okay, let me know what you think. Thanks very much for the comments and for the support, and stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye. See you.